Hello everyone. So I'm going to be doing a in-depth review of my Gustav Becker Bim Bam on coiled gongs. Since you guys really like this clock so much and it's probably the favorite in my collection, why not do a comeback video on it? Since I made a video of this thing when I first got it about a year ago, so why not make a little catch up and in-depth comeback video to it? So let's get into this. So as I just said, this is my Gustav Becker from about, I'm not too sure what year this was made. I suck at it. I suck at identifying dates for these clocks. Unless the date is written on the back of the movement, but with this one I don't know. But I'm assuming maybe 1920s or 30s, possibly even earlier. I'm not too sure. But all I know is that this thing has a count wheel, so that tells me that it's early. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Anyways, so we get a little bit closer here. This is one of the more quite small German boxes, as you can see by my hand. And if we come down here, whereas this right here, this is your average size German box clock. Yeah, let me back up here for the real comparison. Yeah, quite a big difference. So yeah. Anyways, let's come back here. If we look closer, it has your usual German glass design right here, where you got the 3 glass panes and then these 2 wooden pieces. Then these are beveled, by the way, so that's cool. And you got this cool rigid design right here. Now I do got to mention, these are loose, and I've been meaning to fix those for about a year, but I just haven't gotten the time to do so. Plus, this is beveled glass, and I don't want to risk the part of breaking them. So I'm gonna have to get some help from my dad with that. But for now, it seems to be holding up pretty good. And up here, anyways, then if we come up here, they have these little decorative, sort of like flowers right here, up here on the top sides of the door. Now, one thing I do gotta mention, months ago, a part of this did break off, but a few days ago I did manage to glue it back on. Then yeah, it's pretty sturdy on there, so that's not going anywhere. Then of course you got this another decorative part right here with the World War II American hat on top of there that I keep, because again, the same friend that got me this clock also got me that. So yeah, anyways, now we're gonna open the door. Here's the inside of the clock. There's the dial, and there's your pendulum. The key for it is not in here because it's on the key hooks. It's right back there. The way back key is right there. You can kind of see it right there. But yeah. Also, one thing I do want to mention is that, let me stop the pendulum for this. The pendulum is like literally millimeters away from touching this bottom here, but it barely has enough clearance to still swing, so that's good. But yeah, I was gonna try to see if I can do something to sort that out, but nah, I'd rather just leave it as is. Oh yeah, if you're wondering why that's in there, I don't know. I just put it in there like a long time ago. Anyways, if we come up here to the dial, which this is in immaculate condition, I'm very surprised, which is very cool. Then there's your GB logo right there. Then I'm not sure what this is made out of. I'm pretty sure it's porcelain from what I've seen on other clocks. I'm not too sure if it is or not. If not, it's fine. It still looks pretty nice. Okay, I've acquired a chair to stand on because I'm not that tall to show you up here. So, yeah. Get a little bit closer here. Yeah. There's the hands, of course, as with all early German construction, held in by a tapered pin, as usual. Then, if you look back there, you can see the two coiled gongs and a little bit of the movement, which I'll show you in a bit. But I'll stick my camera in here to show you. There you go. I'll show you this side here. You can sort of see the hammers right there. And on the other side you can't really see because I don't got much room to work with, but yeah. Now I'll go ahead and strike it for you, then I'll show you the movement afterwards, like take it out, then we'll go from there. Now this clock does run for 8 days on a full winding, and it strikes with a count, and it strikes on a count wheel, so I will have to stop it. Has a very nice tone to it. Very resonant gongs. Now we'll go for the half hour. Then I'll show you it on the hour. Yeah, I'll show you it on the hour from the inside. If I can get to it, hold on. Okay, this is as best as you're gonna get, so bear with it. Hopefully you can see this in action. And there you have it. Now I will show you the movement. And here's the movement out of its case. Let's get a closer look, shall we? Let me turn on the flash for you. Yeah, here's the movement to the Gustav Becker. It's in very good condition, as you can see. Yeah, I'm sure the previous owners, what the fuck? Yeah, it's like 11 at night, so I'm pretty tired, so I can't really talk at the moment, so bear with me on this video. Also, I'm pretty tired too, so that's why. Anyways, I'm pretty sure the previous owners must have taken really good care of this movement. I mean, if it's in this good of condition, so why wouldn't they? Or unless this was stored somewhere and the movement just got really lucky and just never got any dust on there or something. Not too sure, but anyways, you can see how shiny that movement is. Here, before I show you some other parts of it, I want to show you this right here. Let me show you from right here, it's more easier. There's the GB logo. As with all Gustav Beckers, the logo is usually stamped on the back of the back plate of the movement. Here's some other markings right here. You have an HP35. I'm not sure what that stands for. Then you have an M there. And also, I just noticed this now. I think that says 83 or 30. So I'm not too sure what that says, but there's clearly some numbering right there. So if anyone could tell me what all of this means, please let me know in the comments, because I suck with dates. So if this if like this or this is trying to tell me if it, like if there's a date or something. I'm not too sure. So if anyone can tell me in the comments, that would be much appreciated. Anyways, let's carry on. Yeah. There's your suspension spring. Still in good condition and intact. Yeah, which is pretty. Yeah, the whole movement it's in really good condition and intact, which I'm very happy because I'm pretty sure these movements are hard to find, especially with the one I have in the Bim Bam configuration. So yeah, I'm pretty happy that this movement's in really good condition. So that's gonna give me a lot of runtime, and the springs are in pretty good shape and seem to be in good and running operation. So yeah, I'll show you the top of the movement. There's your top view right there. I'll show you the other side. Here's the time side of the movement. There's the time side mainspring. Of course, there's your escapement wheel, and there's the verge up there. I believe that's a, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that's a, what is it? No, not that. What is it? Oh, got it. It's a, okay. It's a recoil escapement. Is that what it is? I think it looks like one, so I'm not sure if it is, so correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I can't really identify anchor escapements that well, so please let me know in the comments if I got it right, if this was a recoil or not, but looks like one. Yeah. Oh yeah, then here's your little like repeat cord lever. There's supposed to be a rope that goes down from here, but there's not, unfortunately. I might put one on there at some point, but it was like that when I got the clock. So yeah, this is just here to help you, like if it strikes the wrong hour, you can just press this down to go through the hours until you find the right hour until you find the right hour that it's going to strike on. You just leave it from there. So yeah, now I'll show you the strike side of the movement. Here's the strike side of the movement. And right here, I believe, I know it's not a star wheel, but it's an earlier version of a star wheel. I think this is I think this is what they call a pinwheel. It sounds about right. Not too sure, but correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe that this is what they call this early form of star wheel, the pinwheel. So yeah. Then, like I said I think earlier in the video, this uses a count wheel, so you can't turn the hands back. So you gotta stop the clock for a certain amount of hours, or at least 1 hour, for like, I don't know, like daylight savings time or whatever. Yeah. There's your hammers. Let me zoom in a little bit right there. There's your lifters right there. Then I'll go ahead and strike it for you. Goes into warning, then strike. Here's a better view of the pinwheel in action. That was the half hour. Then here's the hour. Now I'll show you the hammers in action too. And there you have it. There's the Gustav Becker movement. Now I will go ahead and put this back in the case, and I think we will be done with this video. Oh, just before I put the movement back in, here's the empty case without the movement. There's the 2 coiled gongs right there, which are still in pretty good shape. Now we have the movement back in the case. Now we're just going to go ahead and set it to the correct time. It is 11:31. Okay, about right there. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this video. Yeah, I just love Gustav Becker clock so much, and this clock is definitely one of their finest work that they made in their years of clockmaking. And I can tell this clock was made in the era where their movements were just absolute tanks. Like no matter what happened to the movements, they would somehow still run, just like how that gong was, like the one that I worked on for that customer. So yeah, this movement was definitely made in that era. I don't know. It's just something about Gustav Becker that I really love. Their clocks are really unique. I don't know. I just love them. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this in that video. I know it's gonna be long in the making of editing and stuff in this video. So, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.